Hello everyone, today I'm trying a new watercolor set. So this is the Grabby watercolor set, the classic watercolors. It has 100 watercolors, which I'm really excited about. This is a portable watercolor set and actually comes with some tools. It comes with the colors and some brush pens, a pencil, a sponge, and a swatch sheet, which I am also really excited for. I love doing swatches. I also really like the design on the box. I think the colorful leaves are a really nice touch. And let's just get this open and see what's inside. So the first thing in here is the watercolor toolkit, which I'm assuming has the brushes and the pencil, and this beautiful portable tin and some instructions and a swatch sheet. And this paper is pretty thick. I'm assuming it's like a thick watercolor paper. It has every color name and a box for each of them and some instructions on how to use the water pen. Before I open this up, I gotta take a moment to admire the design on this tin as well. I think the watercolor effect on these flowers is just really cute, and it's just really nice, good quality tin. And my gosh, these colors are so nice and so bright, and once water hits them, they get even more pigmented. And it came with this little divider thing, which I think is to protect the colors in between them, or even to use it as to blend colors, which I did try using that on my own time, and it works pretty well. These are the neon colors, and then this whole other side is the metallics, I think. And the top is just the 50 regular colors, and I am so excited to swatch these. Now, this may look a little big to you, but compared to my hand, it's actually not that much bigger. This is like an 8-inch tin, so it's pretty portable. And now I'm going to open up the watercolor toolkit that also came with this, and I already see the sponge, and I've never used a sponge for watercolors before, so I'm going to have to figure out how to use that. And it came with a little pencil sharpener, which it didn't even say that it included, so that's a nice little surprise. And some brush pens. It actually came with more than I thought it would, so that was exciting too. And a pencil, which I kind of didn't use because I prefer 4B pencils rather than HBs, so I just put that aside with my other pencils. And so it came with 3 of these brush pens, and the top is actually a pop-off. I thought it was a twist, but it pops off. And the brush itself is actually pretty soft. I don't know why I thought I needed to feel it against my palm, but yes, it is kind of soft. It's not really a material I think I've used before for brushes. And it took me about 3 minutes to figure out how to open these. I think I kind of really ignored the instructions there. I was turning it the opposite way than it says to open it, and I had to ask for help, and then I figured out that I was turning it the wrong way the entire time, and it's actually a clockwise turn, which felt wrong because it was the opposite way than when I'm used to opening certain things, but I'm gonna have to remember that that's the way you open it. But yeah, that was my mistake. But onto this other brush. This one has a flatter top, so I think I will be using that to swatch. Now it's time to swatch and use these water brush pens for the first time. I've never had these before, so this was interesting to try out. So the instructions say to squeeze the barrel a bit so that water gets right in there. Did you see that? And I thought that would make the brush actually wet, but it didn't, so I'm assuming that I have to squeeze more water into the actual watercolor pan. So let me show you how that worked. I just did like a little droplet, and then that made the palette a little wet. So yeah, let's see how these work. I was a little confused by these, and it was working out well at first, but then I'm not sure if I was using it wrong, or I wasn't sure what's going on, because I thought I was using enough water, but it wasn't picking up the colors as well as it wasn't in the beginning, and I'm not sure why that is. I'm gonna have to try to use these again on at another time, because I ended up not using the brush pens after this because I just couldn't figure it out, and then I switched to just going back to what I know, which is just paintbrushes, and that went by a lot easier, even though it took a lot longer. But that's okay, I still had a good time swatching these. I was getting excited by each and every color because these are colors I've never had before. I've never had a watercolor set like this. I've always had these really cheap sets that only had a few colors in them, and there wasn't a lot of options. It's mostly like rainbow colors, so I didn't really do skin tone paintings with them because I had to mix them myself. So this was a definite upgrade from what I grew up with and what I had from my watercolor set. So this was a really great purchase. If you never tried watercolors before, these are really beautiful. Oh, and these metallics were kind of hard to use. They really needed multiple coats to actually get the pigment up. But yeah, after 100 colors, that's it. That's how all of these look. These neon colors are actually look like highlighter colors, so that's really cool. And the metallics did end up pretty well after a few coats. You can probably already see my sketchbook back here, so that means it's time to actually paint with these and do a cool portrait with them. For this portrait, I did not end up mixing any colors. I did try that on my own, and I'm sure I'll be using these a lot more on my channel, so you'll probably see me mixing some colors in the future. But I just used the colors that were in the pans, so these are the two skin tone pale colors. In the set that I have, I would have to mix a bunch of colors to get these skin tone colors, so it's really great that this set actually has a few already made for you, so you don't have to worry about mixing. But some of these are really dark or too light, so I do suggest mixing for whatever desired colors you want to use if it doesn't have it there. But yeah, I did this painting pretty quickly. Surprisingly quickly. I was just so impressed at how easy they were to use, especially since I didn't have to mix any colors and I wasn't worried about my mixed colors drying out because it's just a little bit of water and paint. So this was really so relaxing to use. I've talked about this before, how relaxing watercolors are to use, and this was just a really great way to get back into being creative because I have not been that much this past year, so it was really nice to start the new year with a new watercolor set and just to have fun. I was also impressed by the white in this set. Whites in watercolor sets can either be a hit or a miss. They can either do absolutely nothing or actually make things white. So this white is actually pretty good. You can see how much lighter some of those highlight areas got, so I was really excited about that. And I'm just getting into some more shadows after I did the bases for the face and the skin color parts. I tried out the sponge. I'm still not exactly sure how to use it. If you have this set yourself or use sponges for watercolors, let me know what I'm doing wrong or how I should be using this anyway, because I feel like I'm not using it right. But anyway, let's just keep painting. This person had like a brown turtleneck on, so I just picked any brown that looked like it and just pretty much did a whole base. Did the base color on that. I didn't do much rendering for the clothing that they were wearing. I wasn't worried about that much. I also switched to a wider flat brush to get more coverage because I wasn't really getting that with this little brush that I was using at first, but that's what multiple brushes are for. Then I just got more into doing the hair. If you know me, you know that I don't do anything in order, and by anything I mean like painting or drawing. For some reason I just can't just stay in one spot and finish that spot and then move on to the next. I do a little bit in one spot and then I do a little bit on the next, and then just details everywhere at the end. I don't know what it is. I don't know if anybody else does it, but I just can't stay in one spot. Like you can see, I didn't even finish the face before I got into the shirt, and then I barely finished the hair and then I got back to the face. I don't know. This is a person that I found on Pinterest. They have such really cool hair and glasses, and just have a really cool style. I thought their hair just really stood out to me, so I just picked it and drew them. And I should have watered down these really bright colors that I was using. So that's a little bit of the downside of how pigmented these are. You can see this pink is like almost red. But yeah, I should have watered down some of the hair colors that I was using, because their hair is more pastel than this, but that's okay. You get the idea. And they also have these really bright blue headphones. And there are so many blue options in this set. Of course, there's going to be like 15 blues in a set of 100 colors, but blues is one of my favorite colors to use. Blue is in at least every other painting that I've ever done, so I am so glad that there were so many blue colors, like so many. Oh, I love colors, so it was really nice to have like 10, about like I don't even remember how many blues there are in here. I'm just so glad that there are so many, and like it's just like in a range. But anyways, now it's finally time for the details. I completely forgot to do their eyebrows. And I was like, oh yeah, don't they have eyebrows on? Don't they have eyebrows on? I mean, pretty much everybody has eyebrows. Sometimes people don't have eyebrows. Anyways, then I did their eyes, beautiful blue eyes with like really nice, like beautiful lashes. This person is beautiful. I don't know who they are. If you're watching, hello. Then I drew some stars and like hearts and like some clouds in the background. I didn't know what I was gonna do for the background. I should have colored it more than this, but I was getting a little tired because I was sitting in my chair for maybe 2 hours, and my back was hurting because I got that artist back. You know, we're just slouching all the time. So yeah, I was getting a little tired after painting, but I still really had a blast. And I even painted the next day, so I was not done with these watercolors. I also had a hard time picking what colors to do for these stars because there's already so much going on in the portrait itself with their hair and their eyes and their headphones and everything. So I was like, what other colors can I include in this? So I tried out some of the metallic colors, and you can see the really bright neon yellow, and I think the orange was neon too. So yeah, I really wanted to try pretty much every kind of color that was included here. While I finish up on all the details and some finishing touches on this portrait, I would love to talk about, I guess, my review for the Grabby watercolors. This is pretty much an unboxing video and like a trying out video. I don't know if I'm going to keep doing reviews. I only have so much money to spend on art supplies. But I really loved this set. I definitely need to learn how to use the water brush pens and that sponge. But other than that, I'm obsessed with every single color in here. I love the options. I love how many colors there are. And I love doing a swatch sheet, so they get an A+ for this. This was just a really beautiful set, and they get an A+ either way because I've never had anything like this in my life. This is the best watercolor set I've ever had, and for a pretty great price. I did get it on sale. It's usually $50, I think, and I got it for $40, so it's not bad for 100 colors and all those brush pens that it came with, and how portable and compact it is. But yeah, this is the finished portrait. I hope you enjoyed my review video and painting, and thank you so much for watching. Happy New Year, happy holidays, and yeah, like, comment, and subscribe.